Good morning. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. I'm back from my 1 week off. I'm in the new flat, which is absolutely lovely. I've got most of my room set up at the moment, but it's still a bit tricky trying to work out exactly how to do things, especially with regards to filming YouTube videos. It's the space is very limited here, so I'm just trying to work out how to do that as effectively as possible. My camera is currently stood on top of a load of microphone and shoe boxes to get it at the right level, so I don't know. Anyway, it's fine. I'll do a tour soon of the new flat, and we need to do a Music Month video because I was supposed to do that 2 weeks ago for June, and I didn't, and I'm going to do that now. And I know that it's July now, but I'll still be doing a July Music Month video. It'll just be next week, no, the week after next, so I'll do that then. But today it's time for another Music Month video. So for those of you who don't know, Music Month is where I select 5 songs and 1 album that I feel represent a particular theme. And thanks to the YouTube user NeveL, I didn't even need to think of a theme myself this month, and I'm going to do June jams, so kind of just fun, energetic, light-hearted music that I would listen to before going on a night out or in a car on the way to a holiday or something like that. Just kind of nice, fun, happy music. So it's unusual, I know, for me to talk about anything that's particularly happy in terms of music. So these are going to be my top choices for June jams, and thank you again for suggesting something, because it does get quite difficult occasionally to think of a decent, relevant theme that I could apply my music selection to. So track number 1 on the list is a song that I've actually spoken about before. I did an album review of the artist in question a couple of months ago. It's by John Mayer and it's called Helpless. Taken from his most recent release, The Search for Everything, which is a fucking great album, and you should definitely check it out if you haven't already. This song is absolutely awesome. It starts off with this funky guitar riff, and then this really, really cool beat comes in that kind of just makes you wanna, I don't know, it's a cliche, isn't it, to say bop your head. Not only is that a cliche, but it's probably something that I shouldn't say unless I'm over 80 years old. But anyway, it kind of makes you want to do that. Obviously, it's got John Mayer's fantastic vocals and songwriting all adding to it. And it's just a kind of feel-good song, I'd say. Just listen to that if you're feeling a bit shit. Track number 2 on the list is by a producer called Nigel Good and is called Don't Wanna Go, featuring Periscope. I've listened to quite a lot of Nigel Good in the past. I think his production is absolutely awesome, and this is taken from his most recent album, Space Cadet. Incredible album in its own right, and I think that this is the final track from that. I just love this song because it kind of doesn't mess around at all. It basically starts immediately, the vocals come in. It's got this really, really powerful thumping bass line to it. And at the 16-second mark, there's this really, really awesome fat sounding synth that comes in and just plays for a couple of seconds. It's just a passing phrase that it plays, and it just sounds really, really cool, and it never happens again in the song, and that always kind of really annoys me. But I don't know, that's one of my favorite bits of the song, is that 2-second synth line. Yeah, that's good. Track number 3 on my list is by the electronic pop band Muna and is called Loudspeaker. I can't remember how I found out about Muna. I don't know if it was just a random YouTube recommendation, but this was basically the first song of theirs that I heard, and it's just absolutely awesome. The band are really cool. They've got really good style, and they've got a kind of bit of attitude, I guess is what you'd say. They kind of remind me a little bit of the 1975, if the 1975 were all female, I guess. I don't know. They're really good anyway, and Loudspeaker is a phenomenally good song, both musically and lyrically as well. The lyrics, I think, are really, really important. It's kind of talking about people who have to deal with the effects of sexual assault and rape, and it's weird that I'm putting it on the June Jams list because I know that kind of makes it sound like it's not a particularly happy or upbeat song, but when you listen to it, it really is. The main undertone of the lyrics is kind of more one of hope rather than one of devastation, so it's hard to describe without listening to it, but you could also apply what they're talking about in the lyrics to a broader spectrum of feelings as well. So it's really, really good. It's a very, very well written song. It's very hopeful and empowering, and it's all about kind of not taking responsibility for something that isn't your fault. The album that it comes from, About You, is really good as well. There are a few songs on there that I'm not as much of a fan of, but you should check out Muna if you like electronic female-fronted pop bands. Track number 4 on my list is by the legendary indie-tronica band Hot Chip and is called Hirachi Lights. It's probably one of their most well-known songs, so if you've heard of them, you've almost definitely heard this song, but it is awesome. The beat that carries it is absolutely incredible, and to add to that, it's got just the thickest, fattest analog bass sounds that you can imagine. I also really like the vocals on it, and it's kind of like this with a lot of Hot Chip songs, but it's not perfect, they haven't been auto-tuned or anything, and sometimes they sound a little bit weird, but that just adds to the kind of authenticity of the music. It's a great song. Listen to it through a pair of really good speakers or really good headphones or something, because you want to feel that bass. And finally, track number 5 on my list is by an artist called Younger, but not spelt how you might expect. That would be far too predictable. It's got to be edgy these days, so it's just the word young with an R at the end of it. for some reason, and it's called Out of My System. I heard this song for the first time in my SU, and I Shazammed it because it sounded really good. I really liked the way the music sounded, and the music video for it was really cool as well, because he kind of was doing everything. He's one of those people that has got a whole load of synths and sample packs and drum kits and guitars all around him, and he does a little bit of everything. Kind of like Jack Garratt, but I really don't like Jack Garratt, so it's like a good Jack Garratt. This is just a really cool song. It's very, very simple in that it just has the exact same chord progression going all the way through. It doesn't really change much or anything, but it's a fairly standard inoffensive pop song, but the production that has gone into it is really, really good. It's a song that I'll listen to while walking to someone's house for pre-drinks before a night out. So those are the song choices. Now it's time for the album choice for June Jams, and for that I have chosen the self-titled album by the Cat Empire. If you want to listen to a fun, light-hearted album that makes you dance, that makes you appreciate your friends and the world a little bit more from a talented band, listen to any of the Cat Empire's works, to be honest, but this is probably my favourite album of theirs. I haven't heard their most recent one yet though, so I might need to reserve my judgment on that for the time being, but this is a fucking awesome album. Now, if you don't know who the Cat Empire are, as I've said before, you should be thoroughly ashamed of yourself, but they are an Australian jazz ska band. They formed in 1999, so they've been around for a really long time. They've got a huge discography. They've released so much music, and so much of it is brilliant. And yeah, this is their self-titled album, but this is the album that I kind of discovered of theirs. I can remember a very good friend of mine introduced me to them back when I was a bit of a hippie. It's got a lot of kind of nostalgia about it, but it's just such a fun record. And like I said, if you want something that's going to make you dance, it's going to make you smile, it's going to make you appreciate your friends and your loved ones, kind of just be in a nice happy place, listen to the Cat Empire, and yeah, this album is wicked. Favourite tracks on this are The Chariot, obviously, Hello, and the Wine Song. That's really good fun. So there we go. Those are my music selections for June Jams. Let me know what some of yours are. Is there any music that you particularly like to listen to, if it puts you in a good mood, or if it makes you dance, or if it just makes you feel a little bit better than you did beforehand? Let me know all of that down in the comments. I would love to discover new music, as you all know, I'm sure. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if this video seems a bit rushed or just a bit shit. I'm still, like I said, kind of settling into the new place. I hope my new background isn't too boring. Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to take the massive whiteboards that had been in the previous house with me, but there you go. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope that you enjoyed this. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you very soon.